Hello, this is Hendrix from Redefined Real Estate. Today I'm going to be talking about consistency. So basically, consistency is part of everyday life, whether your relationship, your work, your career, whatever the case. But I'm especially be talking about consistency when it comes to follow-ups on leads, um, doing cold calling, and everything. So basically, I would say this: when it comes to consistency, it's very important to do it as far as cold calling goes, because if you're not consistent in calls, you're not consistent in the follow up, you someone else will have your opportunity because you didn't follow up, because you didn't build that relationship, and you'll lose out on a potential relationship, a potential lead that could lead to a listing. Consistency as far as building relationships, if you're not consistent in keeping the romance alive, or you're not consistent in grabbing your partner's attention, basically the relationship dies. So it's always good to remain consistent and remain like always keep going, never stop, don't give up. The worst thing you could do is give up, because consistent agents and brokers, they have amazing results when they keep going, they push through, they never give up. They get amazing results. They get listings, amazing connections from being consistent, from building that relationship, from follow ups. So what I urge you to do is be consistent, stay consistent, know your market, know your sphere. Think outside the box when it comes to marketing, okay? Because you don't want somebody else to take your opportunity because you wasn't consistent, you fell off the ball, and you got lazy. That's the worst thing that could happen. So always stay consistent. Now the next thing I'm gonna talk about is fear. Fear when it comes to cold calls, and fear when it comes to um or you could say being lazy and not following up, and fear when it comes to rejection from cold calls or door knocking or whatever the case, and how to be able to face that. Okay, so this is especially happens to new agents. With new agents, most new agents are very afraid to cold call because they're afraid that the person on the phone will say no, or the person will not sell, or whatever the case. And 99% of the time, that may happen. But most agents should be looking for that 1%. The 1% that pushes them through, that says, I am going to make it. I am going to, speak to this person, and I am going to nurture that relationship so I can get leads, so that leads could turn into a listing, and I'm going to push through. I'm not going to give up, no matter how hard it is, in order to face that fear. And when it comes to door knocking, or whatever it is that you do in your sphere, same thing. Don't give up. Knock on doors. Tell the people about how the market is. Tell them, that you're the realtor in your neighborhood, that you can help. Even if they're not interested in selling or don't know anybody that's interested in selling, come to them. They'll appreciate it in the long run. They'll have you in mind, that you thought about them. And even if no one opens the door and acknowledges you, leave a pamphlet or your card. That way, you keep them in mind. You could either email or text them as well. If you have the information, tell them about what's going on in the market. Tell them about the housing, the price in that neighborhood or other neighborhoods, stuff that's sold, stuff that's listed. Giving them information like that and keeping them apprised about what's going on around the neighborhood, and it helps them know that you know what you're doing, you know your market, you thinking of them, you're building that relationship. It becomes personal. It's like a back and forth. So do what you need to do to become recognized. Remember, nothing is ever gained by doing nothing. You ever heard the whole saying, Nothing for nothing leaves nothing. Okay? So if you don't put any work into it, you just stay in one place, you sulk, you get nothing out of it because you're in the same place. You're giving up, and someone else took up the opportunity that you could have done and the work you could have put in because you decided to lay back, sulk, and stay in one place. And it doesn't benefit you. It really doesn't. It holds you back, and you don't want to be held back. You want to be the agent that's known in your market, that's known in your neighborhood, that sphere that grows and expands. Referrals, as much as other things, can be things that could help you in your business as well. So remember to stay consistent and remember to face your fear. Don't run from it. Because fear are lessons that you learn. They're not something that you should be afraid of. They're just lessons that you need to learn in order to push through. And staying consistent also helps, especially if it expands your business, if it expands your relationships. Stay consistent with it because you want to be the one to have every opportunity in the world to be just as successful as the next person. So don't allow that person to steal your glory and success. I hope the video helps, and thank you for having me.